Welcome back to Lariat TV News. The semester may be coming to an end, but the news you need to know is still coming. I'm Abby Ferguson.
And I'm Hannah Joseph. Christmas is around the corner on campus, but first, a local favorite restaurant is dealing with a nightmare.
One of Waco's best barbecue spots was devastated by a fire. Now, the family-owned business is putting the pieces back together. Caitlin Sides tells the story.
We have a lot to be thankful for, and this it's not the end for us.
Hellberg Barbecue is a family-owned business that is located in Woodway, and late Sunday night they received a call that a fire was reported. No one was injured in the fire, and fire officials are unsure what indicated it.
We don't have the money coming in from sales or from insurance to be able to keep operating here and wait for them to get all that done, because there's structural beams up here that are warped and twisted. They got so hot.
Through prayer and community, they are working to rebuild their once beloved business and are working through this complicated time together.
I feel like really any restaurant, our business, it's rough in the service industry already. It's just stressful.
You can't help but think about the feeling of that moment when we got that call and everything in our life changed all of a sudden. And that can happen to anybody at any time.
The restaurant has been named in Texas Monthly's top 25 best barbecue joints in Texas and has experienced an outreach of people all around the state showing support. Earlier this year, Hellberg Barbecue opened up a trailer in downtown Waco, and until further notice, the trailer will also be inoperable.
All we can do is just pray without ceasing and rejoice that we're all still here. None of us are hurt. We're healthy. None of our skills or our gifts have been taken from us.
A GoFundMe was started for the business, and within the first 2 days, over $50,000 was donated. The Hellbergs stated they are grateful for the donations and are excited to start catering in the meantime while their business is undergoing some changes. For Lariat TV News, I'm Caitlin Sides.
4 students have been displaced since Tuesday night after a flood threatened their living situation and belongings. Abby Ferguson gives you the details.
When my phone was lighting up with messages of our roommate group chat, they were saying, "We have a problem. It's actually bad. Seriously, no joke."
Imagine you come back to your dorm and your entire room is flooded. It sounds like a nightmare, but for one group of students, it was reality. Tuesday evening, a 4-person apartment on the 3rd floor of University House flooded. This caused water leakage all the way down to the 1st floor. One resident was actually present when the flooding began and had to watch as his apartment filled with water, helpless.
All the water from the toilet was just flowing like the normal rate, just times 10. Just going out of the toilet and going everywhere. Within a minute, our bathroom was flooded, and then it went on for about 20 minutes, flooded the entire apartment with 2 to 3 inches of water.
Because the flooding was so sudden, residents didn't have a chance to remove belongings, especially electronics. They say they are worried about the damages and ultimately the cost.
But if, reimbursement is needed, then reimbursement is needed, yeah, for sure.
Baylor facilities responded quickly and immediately began removing water. However, the issue was so severe that CLs would not allow residents of the 3rd floor apartment to return to their rooms Tuesday night. Instead, they had to search for a night's sleep elsewhere, despite lingering anxiety about their dorm's conditions. Now Wednesday afternoon, residents say they don't have a clear plan as to when they can move back in. Their floor is mostly dry, but the room has a bad odor. For Lariat TV News, I'm Abby Ferguson.
The students told LTVN they won't be back in their dorms until sometime next week. They have been placed in vacant rooms in University House, and it is uncertain if they will be reimbursed by Baylor for any damages at this time. Chip and Joanna Gaines are continuing to fix up Waco, one renovation at a time. Their newest project, Hotel 1928, opened in November and has been a hit among travelers. With a little help from fixer-upper fame, the 33-room hotel located downtown just a block away from Waco Courthouse is already completely booked up into 2024. The guests we spoke with said staying at the hotel is like stepping back into the 1920s.
Well, it is gorgeous. Everything, it's given me so many ideas for my own home. I want to go home and paint my dining room black now after seeing it. It's just amazing.
Rooms may be scarce, but both the restaurant and the cafe are open to the public for reservations.
Baylor has reached the second highest retention rate in university history. Over 1 year, it increased 0.4 of a point to 90.6, according to the university. The student population at Baylor was a rising concern for some when it comes to class enrollment and student-to-teacher ratio. After accepting their 3 largest classes back to back starting in 2020, the class of 2027 returned to a more normal size for Baylor.
If we invite more and more students, we're going to lose that kind of small, tight-knit community feel that we have established, which makes this education, this university, so great.
Baylor Society for the Advancement of Chicanos, Hispanics, and Native Americans in STEM hosted a movie night Tuesday. Hannon Joseph tells us about the student that saw a need for diversity and took matters into his own hands.
It's November, which means it's Native American Heritage Month. Smoke Signals, the first film written by a Native American, was held in the Bennett Auditorium Tuesday, and we hear how one PhD student made that possible.
I was starting this PhD program, and I was one of 3 Hispanics of over 65 students in that program, and started going to other departments and seeing that there was even less representation in some of them, especially at the graduate level.
So that's when he decided to bring the Society for Advancement of Chicanos, Hispanics, and Native Americans in Science to Baylor.
Involved with this, seeing that there was a real need and there hadn't been a SACNAS chapter at Baylor before.
This organization aims to support underrepresented students at Baylor.
Brings together not just students at both the undergraduate and graduate level, but also faculty. We even have some postdocs. So we bring people from all different academic levels.
If you want to join or learn more information, you can visit www.sacnas.org. For Lariat TV News, I'm Hannon Joseph. Sometimes a friend makes all the difference, and the Best Buddy program is dedicated to ending the isolation of people in the Waco community with intellectual and developmental disabilities. Claire Goodyear shows just how impactful a friend can be.
Friendship, love, and community. These 3 ideals are what one chapter at Baylor is made of.
Our whole thing is just creating inclusion for people with disabilities through kind of preventing social isolation by friendships with college students.
When we come together for these events, we just basically hang out and have fun together. It's really such a vibe and so just heartwarming to be together.
The program is called Best Buddies, an international nonprofit impacting lives through chapters all over the world.
Best Buddies is all about the holidays, and it's absolutely so much fun, and it's totally amazing.
Best Buddies benefits and opens doors for everyone involved.
I think it's a great way for our buddies to find a community, but also what we tell all our members is that you get in, or you get out what you get in, or put in. And so it's honestly so impactful for our Baylor students as well to just interact with this different group of people who they probably wouldn't interact with otherwise.
With a variety of different activities and celebrations, the monthly get-togethers are always a good time.
My favorite thing to do with Best Buddies is getting to meet up with my buddies and go out and hang out.
I always do so much fun here, like we would watch a Christmas movie and maybe we might do some Christmas coloring and sometimes Christmas decorating sometimes. I absolutely love coming to Baylor.
And it's hard to choose which holiday celebration is the favorite.
Well, mine will be every single holiday here at Baylor, at Best Buddies. Every single holiday.
The genuine one-on-one friendships made at Best Buddies are cherished by everyone involved.
Best Buddies.
Nice. For Lariat TV News, I'm Claire Goodyear.
Up next, Christmas is about to take over campus.
It's all about the winter holiday when we return.
Let there be light. Let there be roommates and teammates and strangers who become family. Let there be marching and cheering. Let there be challenging courses and time to share. Scholarship and championships. Let there be groundbreaking and soul-searching. Let there be laughter. Let there be joy. Let there be light.
Due to storms, Christmas on 5th was postponed Thursday until Monday, December 4th. the university said the decision was not made lightly. The rain prevented campus from even setting up for the event. While they acknowledge this is a disappointment to some, they emphasize they are moving the tradition to better serve the Baylor community. Earlier in the year, Baylor also had to postpone the homecoming bonfire due to inclement weather.
There's definitely hope on the horizon, a chance to postpone the program and still keep a lot of the traditional elements that we know and love taking place on Monday. That feels like a huge win, and so we're looking forward to gathering together as a community and celebrating. And again, Christmas on 5th is absolutely happening, and we can't wait to spend it with you all.
Check back on the Baylor website for updates regarding Christmas on 5th Street.
A Baylor Christmas is a long-standing musical tradition, but this year it is experiencing some new exciting changes. Adding new songs like Go Tell It on the Mountain and Oh Holy Night, new choral director Christina McMullen has been working on the event since June. She says she's excited to share the new additions to the program.
The students have been incredibly open and so generous. I mean, it's just been a privilege to work with them, and I really do pinch myself with regard to how much that has meant to me.
If you missed the first two shows, there will be two more, one Friday and one Saturday, December 1st and 2nd. The event will also be aired in more than 110 markets nationwide, reaching the largest television audience the performance has seen. Would you get a mullet for a good cause? One Baylor senior took on that exact challenge to support Operation Christmas Child. If they collected more donations for Operation Christmas Child than the girls of Texana, Aaron Friedlander promised the boys in his dorm that he would shave his hair into a mullet. After tallying the results, University House was crowned the winner, and Aaron had to fulfill his agreement by sporting a new trim. Regardless of the challenge, the Honors Residential College said they stayed true to the mission of the cause and managed to pack over 90 boxes of toys.
The event was super awesome. We ended up packing 93 boxes, which is fantastic. Like, we were aiming for, I think, 70 or 80, so getting to 93 was super cool to see. And just everyone coming together despite the competition, just really packing boxes for hopefully kids to get across the world and make their Christmas that much more special.
What kid doesn't dream of waking up to a present-filled Christmas morning? Monday, Baylor Unified Greek Council hosted a toy drive to help families that might not be able to put many presents under the tree this year. All Baylor students were encouraged to donate a toy or present. All donations are given to the Salvation Army in hopes of bringing joy to as many children as they can in Waco.
We're very service-oriented, and just bringing people together and doing something great for the community is like the best experience that Baylor gives us.
If you want a taste of holiday cheer from different parts of the globe, then you might want to check this out. Held by the Department of Modern Languages and Cultures on Monday, December 4th, Baylor's Christmas Around the World will bring sounds from across the nations through students singing Christmas carols in different languages.
On Christmas on 5th on Monday, we'll be performing with Christmas Around the World. So this is our Spanish classes, and we've gotten together and we've done rehearsal a couple of days out of the week, and we're going to be performing. So make sure you guys come see us at the Sub on Monday.
The performance is slated to start at 5:50, and if you want to find out more, you can visit and check out Christmas on 5th online.
The festivities aren't all on 5th Street. Last week, the community gathered at 7th and James Baptist Church to participate in the annual Advent service, a celebration of Christ's birth. Following the worship and service, daily Advent devotionals will begin to put out December 3rd for Baylor's entire faculty and staff.
We were so excited because we were guessing on our way here, it has to be Christmas Day. Yeah. We were hoping it was, so it was super fun.
Yeah, but chapel so far has been pretty good for the most part. I wasn't expecting, my expectations weren't really that high, but it's definitely been different church experience-wise, but it's still pretty good.
Next, a beloved former Baylor head coach launched an award for high school teams.
And some wishes may have come true for fans with Baylor football staffing changes. Keep it here.
After a disappointing 9-3 season, Baylor's making some changes on the football team.
Head coach Dave Aranda will return for the 2024 season, promising significant changes on and off the field, including taking over defensive play calling. Offensive coordinator Jeff Grimes was fired Sunday and will be replaced by former Cal offensive coordinator Jake Spavital in a move aimed at overhauling the offense. In another major shakeup, redshirt junior quarterback Blake Shapen also announced his departure, entering the transfer portal. So Dave Aranda is here to stay. LTVN's Claire Marie Scott brings you more details on the plan for Baylor football moving forward.
After much fan debate, it was announced Sunday night that Dave Aranda will be staying at Baylor for the next season. The announcement was dropped initially on Texas football after the Bears' disappointing loss to West Virginia the day before.
When I talked to the team, it's like, I wish that if you cared a whole lot and you didn't quit and gave effort, I wish you could say those things would happen and you get a win because of it. But that's just not the case.
Aranda did acknowledge after the game that he is disappointed with the season and takes responsibility.
A lot to improve on. This year is not acceptable, and that starts with me.
Even though Aranda is safe, offensive coordinator Jeff Grimes was fired, with more player changes on the way to the team as Blake Shapen reportedly decided to enter the transfer portal Monday afternoon.
Nowadays, you're going to end up losing guys. Guys are going to move on. I think that's just part of what it is.
Aranda is currently focusing more on the younger players who are dedicated to staying with the team.
We've got to build the guys that we really can see playing here and the guys that want to be here and just all the guys that are right fit. We got to fight really hard to keep them.
For Lariat TV News, I'm Claire Marie Scott.
Baylor men's tennis just wrapped up a successful fall season and are looking forward to the spring. The Bears closed out fall play with a 16-2 showing at the Big 12 Pac-12 Challenge, only dropping 2 single matches over 3 days. Head coach Michael Woodson is giving credit to the coaching staff, who he says is helping to keep the team into shape to be one of the fittest programs in the country.
It's a really good fall. I felt like our guys have made a ton of progress, not just on the court from a results perspective, but just as coming together as a group. I think one of the biggest things that they wanted to do was make progress in taking ownership in themselves and in the team and their development. And I think they really moved forward in that regard.
The Bears will be back in action on January 13th, taking on a doubleheader against Abilene Christian University and Lamar. Former Baylor football head coach Grant Taft recently celebrated his 90th birthday, and his family launched an award to cement his legacy in service and sports. Here's the story.
There was a videotape that was taken in the locker room, and you can imagine how that quarterback felt. Baylor lost the game, and everybody was sad. The guy threw the ball out of bounds, trying to stop the clock on 4th down. And I remember seeing this head coach, call that young man up to him and said, "Listen, I want you to come up here. You're an important part of our team. I love you." And I'll never forget that. And I thought, I want to play for that guy. So I came to Baylor and I played for that guy. And he was exactly the kind of coach that I saw in that videotape.
Former Baylor football coach Grant Taft kicked off his 90th birthday, and there was no better gift than his own family creating a foundation under his name, and also an award for his passion of inspiring athletes to go beyond the game.
If I could sing, I'd sing a song called "I Dreamed a Dream." But I can't sing, and I certainly would not torture people in this room by even trying.
The Beyond the Game Award, extending from the Grant Taft Foundation, invites members from any type of team to participate, and nominations are open to all members of the community.
This is for the guys and the girls for every sport, and I love that. The neat thing that really happens is that in their heart, they feel really good about doing this. And the people for whom they do this, they're so appreciative and so gracious, and they have so much gratitude to offer.
For Lariat TV News, I'm Macy Krause.
Baylor football ended the season on one final sour note. Giera Cottingham brings you the last home game of the season and a sentimental senior night.
They fought.
The care factor and just the fight that we had.
They had a plan.
Control the clock and matriculate the ball down the field, get some points, and struggled to really get running lanes and all of it.
Reporting from McLean Stadium, 34-31 was the final score of Baylor's last home game versus West Virginia, with the Bears fighting for, but not finalizing, a senior night win.
Hard loss. Gonna miss our seniors.
Tactic plays are in growth. Running back Richard Reese performed speedy with a 95 and 93-yard kickoff return touchdown in the second quarter.
It was awesome. I mean, practice makes perfect. So we give it our all in practice, and we practice it every day, and we apply it to the field.
This game concluded the nation and Baylor's most home game losses. West Virginia head coach spoke to Coach Aranda after the game.
He goes, I went through this, and it's cleansing. You're going to come out of this having fun and kicking butt. So I appreciate that. I kind of feel that way too.
This weather right here is what we were in tonight, on and off rain. However, the Baylor Bears kept up with West Virginia in the third quarter, coming up 28-27 with 2 touchdowns scored, resulting though in a West Virginia win in the fourth quarter as they scored a last-minute touchdown.
Yeah, so I think it definitely hit everybody hard. Just how that last drive went before that, it was a lot of fight, it was a lot of grit. There's a lot of high morale going into that last drive.
There are positive outcomes to come for Coach Aranda's team going forward, with fearless mindsets and improvement in play with the help of a new practice facility.
We just gonna stick together as a team and come back next year and just give it our all again.
God works in mysterious ways, and you just got to learn from what opportunities are thrown your way. And we've had a lot of adversity.
Coach Aranda hopes for the team to eventually fit to work together and towards winning goals. For Lariat TV News, I'm Giera Cottingham.
And that's all for sports this week. Remember to keep up with the Baylor Lariat for the most in-depth coverage of your favorite Baylor programs. Back to you, ladies.
Thanks, Macy. And that will do it for Lariat TV News this week. We'll be back Wednesday, December 6th for one final time this semester.
We look forward to seeing you there, but in case we miss you, have a great week, good luck on finals, and as always, sick 'em Bears.